and that Israel's construction of settlements is accompanied by special designed civilian infrastructure in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, which integrates the settlement into the territory of Israel.
Doyle, who joins me live on the line from London. He's a Middle East commentator. He's also director of the Council of Arab-British Understanding. Appreciate you coming on, Chris. I mean, it sounds like a really positive assessment from the ICJ in terms of Palestinian officials, and they made it sound like that is, you know, exactly what they wanted to hear, a kind of a victory. Israel's completely dismissed it. Is it a significant ruling or not, this?
It is a significant ruling because it's essentially spelt out that Israel is a rogue state, that it continually violates international law, all those various laws that were put in place, particularly after the Second World War, to govern the way in which such conflicts are managed. So I think for those of us involved in this, and I've been working on the issue of Palestine now for over 30 years, it's not that the ruling itself is a surprise. The wording, the fact that they said that the occupation is illegal and has no legal validity, that reparations should be paid, or even that there is a system of discrimination that amounts to apartheid. That's not the shock. It's the fact that there is the courage to do it, and that you now actually have a situation where we can go to British ministers, to other European politicians, and say, what are you going to do about it? The World Court, the most senior legal body on the planet, has confirmed what we in the human rights community have known for so long, that all of this is illegal and wrong, and it has to be not just stopped, but actually reversed. What are you going to do about it? Or do you not care about international law and the rules-based order? So it is vitally important. I think it went further than some people had dared hope to see, really, in terms of its determinations. So it's now up to the politicians, it's up to those political leaders to give this advisory opinion effect, to demonstrate that Israel cannot sit above the law, and it has to bear the consequences of what it has been doing, not for the last 9-10 months, but for the last 50, 60 years. 60, you know, it's extraordinary how long this occupation has gone on for.
So the ICJ was specifically, it was talking about the occupied territories, and it said, look, we're really talking about the kind of the West Bank, occupied East Jerusalem here. It talked about the withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, although it said that they still exerted influence there. But if we look at what happened in Gaza, what, 38,000 plus people dead, and the international community's done basically nothing to stop that death toll from going up. If they don't stop people dying, are they going to pay any attention, world leaders, to, you know, a non-binding ruling from a UN court?
I hope that they will. I hope that there will be a determination that now it's gone too far. They have to do something about it. And there could be a really steep drop off the cliff edge here, in that as soon as countries start taking action and they encourage other countries to go in the same direction, that you could actually see quite a quick change in the way in which various countries deal with Israel. I mean, we've seen in the last months, for the first time, settler organizations and settlers being sanctioned. Not enough, not fast enough, for sure, but it is a start. I mean, sanctions are now no longer, ruled out, including by the United States. We've now got to a situation where we have to pressure these governments to say enough is enough. Many people, including many legal experts, believe that there is a genocide going on in Gaza. What are you doing about it? The rest of the world is watching. And I think that if Israel doesn't stop this, if it doesn't realize that that rogue status that I spoke about at the beginning is being cemented, then I think there could be a very sharp decline in its relations with many external powers, and it will have a detrimental impact on Israel for years to come. Now, it's no given that these orders, the advisory opinion, will be implemented at all, but I certainly think it gives legal clarity to what is going on. That when we talk to these politicians, the issue of law is clear. We can no longer have this argument about whether it's occupied or disputed territory. Even whether apartheid is in existence in the occupied territories as well. We can't have a debate anymore about whether Israel has to owe reparations to the Palestinians for the destruction of their environment and damage to people. No, they have to. That legally, it's absolutely clear, and we shouldn't have let these politicians and leaders get away with it.
Chris, great to speak to you. My guest is Chris Doyle, who's Director of the Council of Arab-British Understanding.